So today we will be visiting the British fashion house of Dunhill, and we'll be talking about this heavy, monstrous, somewhat lethal weapon here that was created by the house. And it's been pretty hyped up, and I'm wondering how iconic can this be with all the hype behind it. So you're interested, I'm interested, so stay tuned. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back again to my channel. My name is Rob, and today we're visiting the house, of course, of Dunhill, the British fashion house of Dunhill. And we're talking about this release here, which is Dunhill Icon. Have you seen this bottle? Check this out. This was released in 2015, and it was a new release, a very hype release from the house. And you know, they haven't been taking any fragrances out for a while. And this is created by Carlos Bernium. I don't know if I'm butchering the name, but this designer or perfumer, may say, has created many fragrances. And I'll give you some examples. He's created a few fragrances from the house of Calvin Klein. He actually created a pretty fresh release from the house of Diesel, which is Diesel Bad, which that didn't go too well. I guess the name matched pretty well with the name Diesel Bad. Aside from that, he's created many for Calvin Klein. I think he created some for Maison Margiela, I believe. That's the house. Also, he's created some from many from Ralph Lauren, and one that's very iconic and still worn and still looked at as almost like a brand new fragrance for a lot of people, which is green, the green bottle from Polo Green, and then also Polo Blue, and actually the new release, Polo Blue, the EDP, the Eau de Perfume. So yeah, so this guy does know what he's doing. He's created many fragrances. He has a well-experienced nose. He's been around since the early 80s, I believe. So early back as that. And let's get to the notes here. So the notes on this fragrance are, the opening is bergamot and neroli absolute. The hearts include spicy aromatic notes of black pepper, lavender, and cardamom. And then it goes down to a smoky base of oud, vetiver, leather, and oak musk. Now, this fragrance is, to me, not as one that I will say is super pleasurable fragrance to my nose. Now, that's just my nose. I tested this out with several people. I actually had a friend that I got into that I had him test this out, and he fell in love with this, and he instantly decided to make a purchase. My wife loves this fragrance. My kids love this fragrance, but there's something about this fragrance that just does not cope with me. Now, I'll tell you why, and I'll be very straightforward with why I don't like this fragrance as much. I'm not a big fan of neroli, and this is a very heavy and dominant neroli fragrance. It's broken down in notes. It's very heavy on the neroli. So I've already sprayed this on myself. I've worn it most of the day. And this is a very subtle, not very potent fragrance. It's an everyday fragrance. You can wear this day out. You can wear it to work. Not offensive. And projection is very moderate, very light. It's not a projection monster. Again, the house of Dunhill created this fragrance to exemplify or just give an image of a sophisticated, elegant gentleman. And of course, you're not going to have a elegant gentleman having a fragrance that's going to be beast mode. You don't want that. You want something that's subtle, clean, elegant and sophisticated. And this fragrance definitely delivers in all those points. Now, longevity on this is about, you know, get 6 hours, 5, maybe 6 hours that on my nose detects. If I get close to my skin, I can detect the neroli, mainly neroli with some pepper there. There is a little bit of oud, but it's very faint. It's not that heavy oud. It's not in your face oud. It's very subtle. This is not an oud that you expect. It's not oud dominant, so don't worry about that. Now, if you're a neroli fan, if you like, I'll give you some fragrances that kind of remind me of this. Just have like, give me the image of some other fragrances. There's this 1780, I believe, that has neroli heavy. There's some resemblance, not exactly. There's some resemblance there with the neroli, and it's just very clean, very clean. It's almost like a shower fresh clean, taken into a different level with the pepper notes and the oud, which you take that shower clean scent and make it a shower clean sophisticated scent. Your typical, not your typical soapy neroli fragrance. So I'll give you some pointers on what I kind of get from this, if I can give you some maybe things that you can relate it to. So for example, I can kind of get a sense of Skittles, which is a little funny, but I get the smell of Skittles. And then I asked my kids as well, I said, do you think this smells like something? And there you go, my kid says it smells like grape soda. So I kind of get that grape soda, the fizziness and the grape kind of undertone, and I think it has something to do with the neroli and the pepper mixing in there, and it gives off this almost this powdery yet candy-like sweetness that gives you the smell of the Skittles. And it's nice. It's nice. It's just not something that I'm a big fan of, neroli, but it is a great scent. It's a very nice scent. It's not offensive. Anyone would enjoy this, the aura that it leaves behind. And but I mostly see somebody beyond the age of, 25 plus, somebody more mature. And like I said, you can wear it in any weather, any temperature. Perfect for the office use. Perfect as a dumb reach, just to smell clean. You're not going to offend anybody in close encounters. It's not offensive at all. And yeah, so I get that grape soda, and I heard this already, and I get the pepper, spicy pepper there. Not too spicy, just spicy, just a little bit, and mostly neroli. I'm going to tell you about a little problem with this fragrance, and this has been an ongoing problem with this one. So I'll give you the presentation here. This is the presentation. This is the cap. Very heavy. This is, I got to tell you, it's about it's over a pound, easily over a pound. There's some batch information at the bottom. Nice icon logo on top. This comes off, but don't mind this damage here. There's some nice information here, bottle information. Very heavy cap. There's a piece in here that fell off. Now this might not happen to everybody. See, I pulled it out. This is the piece that goes here. It might not happen to everyone, but the cap locks in so hard that when you pull it, there's a chance that you're going to pull this ring out. It won't damage and it won't affect the sprayer, but it sometimes depends on the angle. You got to find the angle that doesn't force it. So some angles, it might come off right there. It's hard, but you have to find the angle that makes it come off a little easier. So yeah, beautiful fragrance from the house. Not a bad fragrance. I think a lot of people will enjoy this. It'll be an easy reach for a lot of people. And yep, highly recommended if you're a neroli fan. And I think this is definitely an iconic fragrance for the house. Something new, staying away from the younger scents like Dunhill Desire. This was definitely a new move and a new beginning for the house, where you're catering for the old and the new, and you bring them together and you make this iconic fragrance. Also, be aware that there's a few flankers to this one. And just remember, when you're looking for Dunhill Icon, you got to make sure you get this one, the silver bottle one. There's a gold one and there's a black bottle, if I'm not mistaken. So that was my take for Dunhill Icon. I hope you enjoyed this review, and guys, as always, much love and peace.